Welcome back to our pottery workshop. Let's take our skills to the next level. We will hide for now everything that is a distraction and move to solid view for ultimate view comfort. The following pots are more complex. Now we will need more than one angle in our reference. So we have front, side, and even top here. In order to create those pots, we will need to familiarize ourselves with the operations that cannot be found in the side toolbar panel. They can be found in the menus above. And of course, they have shortcuts. Why are those operations so important, you may ask? Let's see. We will go to edit mode quickly, use the tools we have learned, and create a handle according to the reference. I will switch to face select. I will select those faces, which are more or less in the position of the handle. We will use insert faces to narrow the area. And we will use extrude. This time, I will not use extrude from the direction of the faces, but I will switch to the world orientation. And we will pull those faces out on the x-axis. We will use the loop cut, 1, 2. I will delete the faces here. But we have a problem here. How do we connect the different sides of the handle? So today we will get to know 4 important operations. The first operation that will make the handle whole is fill. Fill gives us closure between edges. If we want to create between 2 vertices or edges a face, we will select the edge. The operation is located in the vertex menu, and it is called New Face from Edge Vertex. Horrible long name, I know. On the other hand, the shortcut is F on the keyboard. And you will see that I had immediately got a face in here. Let's also pick those edges, F, and those, F. Very nice, we have a handle. Let's fine-tune it according to our reference. Good enough. Or not. Beautiful. We have left to do the other side as well. Let's hide for a moment our references so it won't bother us. The second operation is bridge edge loops, an important operation of closing 2 loops with an equal number of edges. If I want to add a handle with extrude here, instead of erasing those faces and going through and connecting edge by edge, when I select those 2 faces, under the edge menu we have bridge edge loops, and it links those 2 parts, and it also erases the faces that were here as well. We can also, in the adjust last operation menu, add and refine the operation. For example, the number of divisions, change the interpolation of the geometry to have a better flow with the directionality of the handle. And we can complete the task in a much easier way. In fact, this tool can do amazing things. For example, I could grab this whole area, extract it, select the faces on both sides, use the insert faces, insert a little bit inside, and already in this situation, without erasing the faces, I could use the bridge edge loops operation, and you will see how quickly we got the perfect hole, in a very easy and fast way. But what if I made a mistake, and my reference don't have a third handle? Let's get to know an operation that is also important. Let's start by erasing the entire handle, and we are left with that hole. Today we got familiar with the fill operation, and with it we could fill this hole face by face. But the more efficient operation in this case is grid fill. First we will select the entire loop, using Alt and left mouse button as we have already learned. And go to the face menu, where you will find the operation grid fill. The operation knows how to fill in the missing area. It's such an effective tool that it could fill in a very large amount of missing information, as long as it is relatively simple. Here too, once we have used the grid fill operation, we can, in the adjust last operation menu, adjust exactly how we would like to fill the grid. Last but not least, and most important operation is the merge, a fusion of vertex into each other. It can be found in the Mesh Merge menu, or for short, M on the keyboard. We can merge 2 vertices to the average position between them. or to the first one we chose, or the last one we chose. However, the most effective option that can solve many problems in the modeling process is merge by distance. Let's see a very common example. I will choose the top loop and I will extract it with the extrude tool up. At this point, we already know that if I didn't release the left button on the mouse and press the right button on the mouse or escape on the keyboard, we would cancel the operation. It seems like we have cancelled the extrude and we are back to where we started. But in practice, if we move one of the vertices in the same loop, we can see that there are double vertices sitting one on top of the other. What happened was that we pressed the right button to cancel the extrude, but we actually canceled the move of the new information upward and not the extrude operation itself. Or you could also click undo. But this is an example of similar situations that you may run into and are good for you to know. If I grab all the information in the select menu and then all, or simply the A key on the keyboard, and I enter the merge menu, M on the keyboard, and the operation in question, merge by distance, is selected, looks below. It reported me that 12 vertices have removed. Each vertex, which was very close to each other, was merged. In the adjust last operation menu, we can decide from how far it will start merging the vertices. If we increase the distance, things will start to connect with each other until we are left with nothing. As we lower the distance, the vertices will need to be closer to each other in order to merge. Very nice! We have learned the most important operations in modeling that aren't accessible from the side toolbar. Those are located in the menu above that changes depending on the edit mode we are in. And there are also other operations that you should get familiar with because we have seen how essential it is to know them in order to succeed in modeling. Great! You are professionals! You have more references here that are more challenging. And we remind you that the more you practice, the better you will be. See you in the next lesson.